Have you ever felt unseen forces affecting your life, or wondered if jealousy and negativity could harm you? Black magic and the evil eye are real, but Allah has given us powerful tools for protection through the Quran. In this video, you will learn practical, faith-based ways to shield yourself spiritually, strengthen your heart, and bring peace back into your life. By applying these Quranic methods, you can remove harm, restore balance, and rely on Allah's ultimate protection every day. Islam clearly acknowledges the existence of black magic and the evil eye as real forms of harm, not superstition or imagination. The Quran mentions magic as a trial, especially in the story of those who learned it as a test, causing separation and distress by Allah's permission alone. The evil eye is also real, as jealousy and envy can affect a person's health, peace, and blessings. However, Islam teaches that these harms do not operate independently. They occur only by the will of Allah, making awareness important without living in fear. Recognizing their reality helps believers seek protection through lawful and faith-based means rather than denial or exaggeration. Strong faith and complete trust in Allah form the foundation of all spiritual protection. When a believer truly relies on Allah, the heart becomes firm and fearless, knowing that no harm can touch them without His command. Tawakkul means placing outcomes entirely in Allah's hands while remaining obedient and hopeful. This inner certainty weakens the impact of fear, whispers, and anxiety that often increase spiritual vulnerability. A heart filled with trust stays calm during trials and does not seek forbidden solutions. Allah loves those who depend on Him sincerely, and such reliance brings divine help, inner strength, and unseen protection that surrounds the believer at all times. Ayatul Kursi holds a unique status in the Quran as a verse that declares Allah's absolute power, knowledge, and authority over all creation. Its recitation reinforces belief in Allah's oneness and reminds the soul that nothing escapes His control. Reading it daily strengthens spiritual awareness and builds a protective barrier around the believer. The angels guard the one who recites it with sincerity, keeping harmful forces away. This verse also brings tranquility to the heart and clarity to the mind, replacing fear with confidence in Allah's guardianship. Consistent recitation nurtures spiritual strength and preserves peace within and around a person's life. Surah Al-Falaq and Surah An-Nas are powerful supplications taught for seeking refuge from unseen dangers and harmful influences. These chapters direct the believer to Allah as the ultimate protector from darkness, envy, and whisperings that disturb the soul. Their words cleanse spiritual harm and restore balance to the heart. Reciting them regularly reinforces reliance on Allah and shields a person from negative energies. They also serve as a reminder that safety lies in turning to Allah alone. Through these verses, the believer actively seeks divine care, creating a spiritual safeguard that preserves peace and emotional stability. Surah Al-Baqarah carries immense spiritual strength and fills a home with light, mercy, and divine presence. Its recitation creates an environment where negativity cannot settle, bringing comfort and calm to those who live within its reach. This chapter strengthens faith, increases blessings, and purifies the atmosphere from harmful influences. Listening to it regularly nurtures patience and resilience, especially during times of hardship. It also encourages obedience to Allah by reminding believers of His guidance and wisdom. A home connected to this surah becomes a place of spiritual safety, where hearts feel protected and souls find reassurance. Consistency in the 5 daily prayers builds a strong spiritual routine that keeps a believer constantly connected to Allah. Prayer disciplines the soul, purifies intentions, and corrects one's focus toward what truly matters. Each prayer acts as a renewal of faith, washing away spiritual weakness and negligence. When prayers are offered on time with presence of heart, they strengthen self-control and protect against sinful paths that invite harm. Salah also invites divine help into daily life, creating balance and stability. A person who guards their prayers develops inner strength, spiritual awareness, and a protective connection that remains active throughout the day and night. Making sincere dua is a direct and intimate conversation with Allah, where the believer opens their heart without barriers. Dua reflects humility, need, and complete dependence on Allah's mercy and power. When a person asks Allah alone for healing and safety, it strengthens sincerity and purifies intention. The acceptance of dua may come in different forms, but every supplication is heard and valued. Regular dua softens the heart and removes feelings of helplessness. It nurtures patience and hope, reminding the believer that Allah is near and responsive. Through sincere dua, inner peace grows, and trust in Allah becomes deeper and unshakable. Avoiding shirk and forbidden practices is essential for spiritual safety and purity of belief. Seeking help from charms, talismans, or so-called healers weakens faith and opens the heart to deception. Islam teaches that relying on anything besides Allah for protection removes blessings and invites spiritual harm. True strength lies in obedience and submission to Allah's guidance. When a believer stays away from unlawful methods, their faith remains clean and protected. This clarity of belief brings dignity and peace to the soul. By rejecting all forms of shirk, a person preserves their connection with Allah and safeguards their spiritual well-being. Maintaining purity, remembrance of Allah, and a positive environment strengthens spiritual protection and personal well-being. Cleanliness of the body, mind, and home reflects respect for Allah's commands and removes conditions where negativity can thrive. Regular dhikr, such as saying Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, and Allahu Akbar, fills the heart with light and keeps the mind focused on divine presence. Surrounding oneself with righteous companions and avoiding harmful speech or envy fosters peace and reduces vulnerability to spiritual harm. A home and heart nurtured by positivity, gratitude, and constant remembrance of Allah becomes safe spaces, naturally repelling evil influences and attracting mercy and blessings. Belief in Allah's ultimate power assures that no evil, black magic, or harm can overcome a person without his permission. Understanding this truth eliminates fear and strengthens resilience, as the believer knows that every trial is under Allah's control. Even when faced with challenges, placing trust in Him brings comfort and certainty. This awareness encourages patience, perseverance, and reliance on lawful means of protection, while discouraging panic or despair. When the heart is anchored in Allah's power, negativity cannot dominate and spiritual peace prevails. True security comes from knowing that Allah's authority surpasses all evil and that His mercy shields the faithful at all times. By following these Quranic methods, you can protect yourself from black magic, the evil eye, and all forms of spiritual harm. Trust in Allah, stay consistent in prayers, and recite His powerful words to find peace and safety. May Allah remove all harm from your life and bless you with tranquility and guidance. If this reminder helped you, share it with others, subscribe to Graceful Deen for more, and comment Ameen to join in this heartfelt dua.